Hi, I'm talking about photography as a therapy. Yeah, photography used to be my therapy, literally, before I made it into a career, I suppose. No, it still was, even when I first started out as a professional photographer, I still just thrived on every job. But I remember just disappearing for hours outside into the forest, wherever I could go and just take photos and, get really close up to leaves and just all sorts of stuff. And I just used to love taking pictures at every single opportunity. And it was a real mindfulness practice for me. Just, that feeling where you're completely in the zone and you just disappear into what you're doing. It's amazing, isn't it? And it's like a meditation in itself. And you just lose the whole world. It disappears, doesn't it? And you're just at one with the camera. I suppose during my career, the more I picked up the camera every single day for work, the less I picked it up as a hobby, as my playtime, really. So I kind of lost touch with that side of it. And then over the course of COVID, I lost the last little bits of my work that I was getting in, and I think I've started to pick the camera up for me again. I just did a shoot a couple of days ago of my friend's band, um, and I'll show you some of the pictures. And I was actually feeling quite anxious that evening before I went out. I'd been having a bit of a funny day, and I was in a bit of a funny mood. And I turned up to this. It was their jam night at the local pub, and I just completely lost myself in my camera. And it was like the olden days again, where I was just enjoying taking pictures and doing something different. Because I think when you make photography into a career, obviously you photograph the things that you're asked to photograph, but when you do it for yourself, you create opportunities to make art out of what you're photographing, and that's the beauty of doing it for yourself. So, when you're invited to a party or something and you're struggling a little bit with the whole social interaction thing, especially after COVID, you sort of don't really know what to say to people. I always find if I've got a purpose while I'm there, if I've got my camera or I've been asked to take some pictures, then I've got a prop in my hand, something to do, and it can really relax you into an evening when you've got your camera. So it's almost like taking a friend, like someone to talk to. Got your camera and you can just snap away and disappear into your own little artistic world. If you're standing around a little bit not knowing what to do or who to speak to, you can just photograph things, and you've got a prop, something to keep you occupied if you're a little bit nervous going out and about again. One of my favourite times ever with my camera has got to be when I went to Africa. I did a load of charity work, and then I went up to Nairobi on my own and I did a safari at the Masai Mara. Oh my life, it was just amazing. It was the most amazing experience ever. And seeing the animals in the wild like that was such an amazing honour, and I got to capture it. And actually, I'd love to go back and do it again, but with my D3, because the camera that I took, I was only in my early 20s, and I had semi-professional Canon outfits. But with the kit that I've got now and the experience, of course, I know that I could smash it. So I'm itching to go back and have another go. So yeah, just looking at photography as a therapy or as a friend. When you're going out and about, can you take your camera with you to distract yourself from anxiety? Or if you're having a bit of a lull, creativity. It also, if you're an artist in another way, like if you're a musician or an artist, and you're having a bit of artist block, I feel like going out with your camera and taking pictures can maybe get you out of that as well, and bring back that creative flow again. I noticed when, I know this is a little bit off subject, but if I watch a war film, I want to pick up my paintbrush because it unlocks something in me, this creativity, and every time I watch a war film I just want to get my paints out. So I think that with artist block, there's certain things that we can do to help like unlock it. And I think that photography is one of those things. If you're creative in general, getting out of your camera can certainly help other areas of creative flow to flourish. Um, Also, if you've got an old DSLR knocking around that you don't really use much anymore, have you considered getting it converted to infrared? Oh my life, it's so much fun. If you like going out and taking pictures, like landscape photography, infrared's amazing. There's another video on it, so I won't bore you with it. So you can create these winter wonderlands in the middle of summer. So take a look at that, and I will see you soon. Thank you for joining me. Happy snapping. Bye.